See my hands, see my feet. There we go. Good. Yeah, the angle looks good with my phone. All right. Good morning, Katie. And you're on mute, Ryan. We can't hear you yet. There we go. How's that? Can you hear me? No?
I can hear you.
Oh, you can? All right, cool. Woo. So let's see, 8 a.m. That means um 39 hours fasted. I feel good about that. But I just didn't sleep that great last night. I don't know. It's so I'm gonna do yoga and then I'm going back to bed. Good. So we can get started off in like this in Vidrasana. I'm using my phone because I like the phone shaped screen. You can see me better. I'm closer. But that means I can't see you guys too good. So if you have any questions, just feel free to say so. That's what's nice about a live class. So we can start off here in Vidrasana. What's great about Vidrasana, it's a nice one for the morning. You know, I wake up a little stiff at my age. So we can put a little space between the knees and just start off real gentle. We're gonna do a little cat-cow flow today. So that means we're gonna find cat-cow in every pose. So at no point do you really need to be still until the very end when we do our Shavasana. So we can start off kind of leaning forward a little bit. When you lean forward, you can stick your belly out. So this is like the cow posture. And just not too much, you know, just like starting off. And then when you go into the cat, lean back, but bring your shoulders together, tip your chin down a little bit. And then just from here, we can see how far we can go. If you want to work your breath in, a lot of teachers say to exhale on the cat like this, and then inhale on the cow. But you can also switch it up and do it the opposite way. How you breathe when you take deep breaths and you stretch helps guide your fascia to unwind and open. And when I was in my early 30s doing yoga, I could just jump into whatever poses, but right out of bed. But at my age, I find it's more supportive and gentle to move a little slower in the beginning. And if you want to also put some side bends in there, so we call this the spinal jump rope, where you're making your spine move in this different way. Good. See if you can get, how far can you go? So when you come to your cow, how far back can you take your shoulders? Can you kiss your shoulder blades together on your back? And the same thing here. Kiss them together on your front. Good. And it's good to do, we're going to do a little isometric warm up. So after a little movement there in the spine, a little bit back and forth, let's take our hands down here by our sides and lean back and see how far back you can go. Not like the extreme, but just to where you feel a little stretch. From here you can shift your weight side to side. Put a little more weight on one hand than the other. Good, and then come forward. Come down halfway and a little side to side, just to open up those breathing muscles so we can take nice and deep breaths. Alright, so our first isometric. You can stay facing forward, but I'm going to turn sideways just so you can see what I'm doing here. So I'm going to come up from here, and I'm going to take a straight spine, and then kind of lean back. You can do this kind of like Michael Jackson move here. You lean back, and just come back as far as you can until you start to really feel some heat build in your quads, in the front of your legs. Maybe feel some heat build in your hips. This is really important to warm up the legs. So there's some people who can go all the way back, whoa, and then come back a little forward. And some people can touch the back of their head to the ground. I'm not doing that yet today. I just went back a little far, so I'm coming forward, take a breath. I'm gonna come back again, see like what's the most I can do. You put your hands here across your chest and just hold for 3 deep breaths, as far as you can go for 3 breaths. And then come back up. Ooh. Little twist, release that, whatever came there. We'll do it again. 3 breaths. Try and build heat. Pelvis forward is very important. Good. Breathe. Not too much, just there you go. 3 breaths. All right. So the intensity of that is up to you. We did 2 of those. And for me, I went far enough back to where I'm starting to sweat already. Good. So now we can open it up to some lunges. Let's take the left foot forward first. This is what they call the equestrian lunge. So we can frame the hands on both sides of the front foot, the left foot. And again, try to find your cat-cow little by little. So when you can, to find your cat on the exhales. Let's take 2 breaths from each at first. I'm gonna move slowly. So we extend the leg straight a little bit and then come forward to find our cow, pushing our heart forward. It's not like a full cow, but just that idea with the spine where you're kind of moving constantly. Just opening the hips. Good, and we normally do like a straight lizard lunge, but today we'll do a variation. So we'll come, just to make it more fun. So we'll come a little bit further over to the right, and the same kind of movement where we straighten the leg and then bend in. Keep moving this way, breathing. We're gonna do one more isometric move in a moment. This is just warming up so we can get the most out of our stretch. Deep breaths. Good. Good. And then we'll come back straight lizard lunge. And this time we'll take the left knee out to the left, come to the outside edge of the left foot, and we're gonna wiggle side to side. So we turn, face the shoulders in one direction. Imagine your shoulder, the front of your shoulders are headlights, and you're pointing in different directions. When you move to the right, let your left knee fall a little bit more to the left. And the key thing here is the hips. So now I'm moving my hips to the right, my shoulders to the left. Just getting that serpiente movement in the spine, side to side, like a fish, you know, moving like that, how they swim. Good, breathing. Good, come back. We'll frame one more time, and then we'll move through a little vinyasa variation. So come to hands and knees, and let's put some space between our knees on this side and find our cat-cow here. And again, you can find that jump rope in the spine. Switch directions. Don't forget to breathe. It's really good if you can get the shoulders involved. So like I'm letting my heart sink low, taking my tailbone up in the cow, and then pushing my shoulders down and pulling my pelvis forward towards my chest on the cat. And just making a wiggle. It doesn't have to be full circles, or it can be if it feels good. Just make sure you go in both directions. Good, and then we'll work the other side. So we'll send that right foot up. And the idea here is we want to put as much space between the right heel and the left knee, just like we did on the other side. We're framing, and we're going to find that cat-cow again. First the cow by moving forward, taking the chest as far forward as you can. And then straightening the knee slightly to bend in. Just work with the breaths. Coordinate the move with the breath, and it really helps your body let go, helps your fascia. And we have this whole other organ of the fascia, which is I like to think of it as like a big fishing net. Like fish nets, remember those? But all over your whole body. Good, breathing, maybe a little twist. And then yeah, we'll do the same thing we did on the other side. Turn all the way to the left. And kind of keep moving, straightening the right leg, bending. Now it becomes more of a side-to-side motion with you facing the left. Good. Couple deep breaths here. It's kind of the same stretch, just a different dynamic. Good. And now we'll come back to our lizard lunge. Outside edge of the right foot, and then we're just kind of moving the hips side to side, getting the shoulders involved, just really getting that spine to move in that sideways plane, the orbital plane. Good, breathe in. Ooh, nice deep breath. Just letting go of any stiffness there from sleeping. Good. And we'll take that right foot behind us again. And once again, we'll come into cat-cow. Really dropping the chest and taking this tailbone up. And you can make circle movements, side to side movements. If you get pops, that's really good. That's what we're going for at the beginning. We got one more isometric warm up that I want to do here in a minute. Actually do the vinyasa. I wanted to get that other side in first. Good. So we'll come back to our Vajrasana and take the arms up, deep inhale. Good. Exhale. Let's see if we can one straight movement as far as we can, and then put the hands on the ground. Find your deep child's pose. Deep breaths here. So one thing you can do, just like the halfway to a flat back, you can come up halfway, take a deep inhale, hold your breath, come down into your full child's pose with the breath held, and then exhale, release. Good, let's do that one more time. Coming halfway up, take a deep inhale, really full as your lungs can get, hold the breath, come into your full child's pose. And exhale. Good, we can slide forward a little bit, take the knees back a little bit. Make sure you keep the knees a little bit wider than shoulders width. This is the puppy pose, when you can touch your chin to the ground, elbows on the ground, and kind of take your pelvis up as high as you can. And then from here, like a puppy, we're gonna wag our tail a little bit, just shift the hips side to side. This is stretching the shoulders and the lower back. It's really good for you. Good, breathe. And then we're gonna shift it forward, take the pelvis to the ground. We're on the elbows now. Make sure your legs are nice and comfortable, your knees are in a good way, and then we're gonna move side to side here. Ooh. Breathe in. Good. It doesn't feel like a lot, but this is the way I like to do asana. It's like, especially starting off. Some people like their asana to feel like resistance training, but this is, these basic movements, it's great because you can do this every day. It's a very simple thing, but little stuff like these little spinal movements, this is what's gonna keep you healthy in your, into your 80s, 90s, hundreds. Who knows what's possible here in the future. We'll take our hands directly under our shoulders and curl those toes under, and we're gonna get ready to do a straight push-up. If you can't do a straight push-up, it's okay to leave your knees on the ground, but if you want to try for it, hug your elbows in towards your ribs, and you want to imagine this space between your index finger and your thumb, that's pointing forward. Fingers wide, brace the core, and we're gonna push straight up. Let's see if we can hold this for 3 deep breaths. And when we're in plank, we don't wanna do a cat-cow. We just kinda wanna do a cat. That means we're taking our pelvis, engaging our lower abdomen, taking our pelvis forward. Have a slight arch in the back. Good, take your feet out to the outside edges of your mat. Your pinky toes are touching the outside edges of the mat. We'll take 2 more deep breaths. Good, 1 more inhale, and then push back, find your downward facing dog. Good, and right away here, you can start to find that motion in your spine, both side to side and your cat-cow. Work with your breath. This downward facing dog, this is one of the 5 essential. They say there's 5 essential ones you should do every day. Good, breathe in. Let's take 3 more deep breaths here. You can pedal your feet, move in any way that feels good. Good, we'll look up between the hands. Move that left foot forward between the hands. And this time, instead of dropping on the knee, let's come all the way up. Good. Do a quick shoulder roll. It's good to do that after the downward facing dog. So we're in a high lunge now. Front lunge, that means right heel is off the ground. Takes a little balance. toes are pointing forward. And we're gonna do an isometric hold. I said we're doing one more, we're doing 3 more. Isometric hold in order to help you with your balance, to feel like a warrior. You can put your fist in a palm in front of your heart like this. And then we're gonna lower till our knee is 1 inch off the ground. And we'll take 3 deep breaths here. Remember, it's just a suggestion. If it's too much, you can come out early. Good, and flow out of it in any way that feels good, but if you're with me, we're gonna lean the weight forward, release the hands, and then step the right foot forward. Good. From here, we're gonna take the feet wide. You wanna point your toes out to the side a little bit. I'm trying to stay in camera. And then again, this is just to build heat. We're gonna sit down, and if you wanna do the Kung Fu, palm, fist and palm, you can do that. And the idea here is you want to take your knees out wide, not like this, yeah. And breathe. And the lower you get, the more fire. If it's too intense, you can come up a little bit like that, but let's try to hold it. These isometric holds are exercises also for your brain. It builds the BDNF, brain-derived neurotropic factor, which Jose and I and the rest of the fasters have going from our 36-hour fast, which has turned into a 40-hour fast. Good, breathe. And maybe a little bounce, so you can go a little lower. And whoa, come up, let's make a big star, a little back bend. Good, let's take the feet shoulder width. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, we're gonna swan dive to our forward fold, which means we'll put a little bend in the knee so that we can touch the floor without pain. Make sure you let go of the head so you can get traction in the neck. And breathe deeply. Good, make sure you don't let your knees come together. Knees right over your ankles. We'll come halfway up to a flat back. So this is the opportunity to stretch your hamstrings. Halfway to a flat back means straight legs, hands on your knees. Unless you're really super flexible, then you can have your hands lower. But I could even have my hands up here and get the same amount of stretch. So the idea is I'm gonna take my chest towards the floor. So my spine is straight, my legs are straight. This is a deep stretch here. We'll do a deep inhale. Hold the breath. And then fold in with the breath held. Bend the knees a little, touch the floor. Let go of the head. And exhale. Good. Breathe. Let that energy flow right into the earth. Good. We'll come back up. We'll bend the knees a little more. Reverse swan dive all the way up. Little back bend. Exhale, hands to the heart. Good, let the eyes closed. Feel a little dizzy. See a little vision from your head rush, from moving your energy. Breathe through the nose. Let's keep the eyes closed like this. 2 more deep breaths. Good, and we'll blink the eyes open, release the arms, and very gracefully, we're going to step the left foot back this time. All the way back, find your full frontward lunge. So this is great, this camera angle. I don't know how your screen is, but I can see myself pretty well here. I can see my left foot in back, my right foot in front, both toes pointed forward. There's a good degree of symmetry there. And from here, we're gonna do our isometric hold again. So we'll take that knee 1 inch off the ground, or 3 inches, whatever feels good to you for your toesies. For balance and to feel like a Kung Fu warrior, you can put your fist in your palm. Sometimes when I feel like I'm about to fall, I can just push my fist into my palm a little bit, and it helps me engage my core and find stability. Good, we're gonna breathe here, build in a little heat, it's good. Take 3 deep breaths here. Good, and then come up, release the hands, and then gracefully we'll step back this time. Good, we'll be at the back of the mat. Deep inhale, arms up, take the ears up, the shoulders up to the ears, little back bend. Exhale, we'll swan dive. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Let go of the head. Good, we'll come halfway up to a flat back again. So this is straight legs, straight back, heart forward. So we want to kind of cow pose in this way. And you don't want to feel pain like on the outside edge of the back of the knee. If you're feeling that, that means you're going too far. You're stretching your tendons. We just want to feel it in the belly of the muscle. So deep breaths. Good. We're going to do our breath held forward fold. So we'll take a deep inhale, full inhale, as full as much air as you can get. Hold it and forward fold with your breath held. Knees bent, let go of the head, let go of the jaw, let go of the neck. And exhale. Feel the flow. Good. Now, we're gonna bend the knees, take the arms forward, and see if we can come up on the balls of the feet, kind of tiptoe. Good. See if we can squat down. And then you can use your hands, but if you're feeling up to it with your ankles, just be really careful with this one. Don't hurt your knees. I fell last week and hurt my knee really bad. So we're just gonna try to come down onto the knees like that. That's good. So toes are still tucked under. And this is a really good stretch for the feet. We're gonna sit down here, lean back a little bit. If you want to grab your heels, just make it a little more intense. Take the shoulders back, deep breath, and come forward. Good. I think that's called the rabbit pose. Now I was just turning sideways so you could see. Good, so we'll release the feet now. Good, we'll put a little space between the knees. This time we're gonna take the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, and pull the shoulders back. You can do that by, energetically squeeze the hands together and pull apart at the same time. That way you get your shoulders really far back. Do a little roll, so you can take the shoulders up, back, and down. Let's do that 2 more times. Shoulder roll, breathe with it. 1 more. Good. So with our shoulders as far back as we can, we're going to take a deep inhale, hold the breath, and then go into our child's pose with the breath held. Take the hands up high behind you. And exhale, release the hands, release the head to the earth. Good, so just notice the difference, body warmed up. Couple more deep breaths here, feeling the support of the earth. Feeling that calm winter energy. Good, so we can take hands in front of us and move our way into the puppy pose. So taking a little space between the knees. Good, and just enough so your chin can touch the floor, your elbows can come forward, and this way you get the ultimate bend in your lower back. And I want you to take your toes and point them out to the side and kind of like wherever your knees are, make sure your heels are that far wide as well. And just do a little side to side motion with your hips, like the puppy wagging the tail. Once again, we're stretching all the breathing muscles, the lower back. You really want to flex your lower back to get your tailbone as high as you can. Breathe in. Good, so we're gonna try the frog pose. So we'll kind of come up on the elbows, and with the, I'm gonna turn around just so you can see me. You can stay right where you're at. So I have on the line of the outside edge of my yoga mat, I have my knees and I have my ankles. My feet are turned out to the side, and I'm gonna push back as far as I can. So I'm energetically taking my butt towards the ground, and this is like a little mini frog pose. If you want to put a little more distance between your knees, if this is too easy for you, you can do that. But just whatever you do, make sure that your lower leg, your calf is in line with your hips. And just once again, watch your knees. You don't want to have any pain in your knees here. You should be feeling this all up in your hips and your lower back. And just sit into your frog pose and breathe. We hold a lot of tension here in the hips. We did some nice warming up. We'll take 5 more deep breaths here. And if you want to work in that cat-cow in your frog pose, you can with your breaths. When you inhale, you can go a little deeper into the frog. This is one of those ones where you can just move like 1/2 inch at a time, and that's how you really cultivate flexibility and mobility in your hips. Make sure that your neck feels good. If you want to rest your forehead on the ground or whatever, or your chin or whatever feels better for your neck. All right, I'm just turning back around front. You can stay in your frog pose for 1 more deep breath or 2 more deep breaths. Good, and then we'll kind of come up halfway. And we're gonna just do this fun thing where we lift for mobility. I guess I should be sideways or diagonal so you can see me. So I'm gonna start with the right side just so you can see. And I'm in my frog pose, right? But I'm just gonna lift my right foot off the ground. And just engage that hip muscle. Just do like 5 of them. Not too fast. And then get the other leg, the other side. This is big hip mobility. 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Then we'll complete our vinyasa flow, taking the hips to the ground. Good. Yeah, let's take the feet together for this one so we can focus on the spine. Little shifts left to right. It's kind of a little twist too. Good. Breathing, opening. Ah, 2 more deep breaths. Make sure you pause on one side if it's stiff, if it feels good. Or both sides. All right, and then we'll shift into our pre-plank pose. So once again, that space between the thumb and forefinger is going to be pointing forward. Fingers wide, directly under the shoulders with the hands. Put a little space between the feet. Curl the toes under. Hug the elbows into the ribs.
Deep inhale, and with an exhale, we'll push up straight into plank. Good. Once again, we're bracing the core, tucking that pelvis in. Breathe. If it feels good, you can squeeze the glutes a little bit. Good. Couple breaths. Building that BDNF, brain-derived neurotropic factor. And let's take the feet to the outside edges of the mat. Deep inhale. Exhale, we'll push it back. Downward facing dog. Good. And find a good, comfortable downward facing dog where you feel supported, where you feel comfortable. And then you can take your heart forward. Hug those shoulder blades on the back. You can find a little movement in your hips. Pedal the feet. Whatever feels good. That's the important thing. It should feel good. Good. So this time we're going to lift the left leg up high behind us. So you might want to take the right foot more to the center of your mat. Lift the left leg up high behind just from one deep inhale. We'll look up between the hands. Exhale. Float the left foot there. Good. And this time we're going to go straight into our warrior. So you can flip that right foot so the heel's on the ground and the right toes are pointing to the right. And just float on up. And we'll take the arms out to the side. Good. So knee, left knee towards the right. Good. I like this, doing yoga in front of the phone. I can see myself. Straight right leg. You really want to squeeze your right quad strong. And the lower you go, take that left knee over the front foot, the more you're going to get out of this pose, the more benefit. You won't want to be leaning forward. You don't want to be leaning back. You want to have that spine kind of in a straight line. Breathe. Good. And we're going to keep squeezing that right leg straight, but we're going to take the right hand. Take the right hand down to that right leg. Feel your big fat quad muscle squeezing there, flexing. We'll take the left arm open, bend the left elbow, and just bend a little deeper into that left leg, left knee. Good. Deep inhale. Exhale, let's take that left hand down to the earth on the inside edge of your left foot. Good, and then reach, do a little twist. You can push your elbow against your left shin to twist open a little bit more. Reach the right fingers to the sky. Good. Breathe here. One more deep inhale. Exhale, we're gonna push back up. Find the deepest expression of warrior 2 on this side one more time, and straighten that left leg. It feels good. And we're gonna just flip the left foot pointing to the right too. So now we're just in a wide stance, kind of a side split. Hopefully you have a little bit of room to move here. So I'm taking my feet as wide as, it's called a toe heel motion. Toe heeling myself wide here. Doing kind of a Jean-Claude Van Damme split. And then I'm going to take my hands gently to the floor in front of me in a way that feels good. Not overstraining. And from here, you can find your expression of cat-cow. Good. On the inhale, we're going to take the belly low. It's just micro movements. Unless you're super flexible, then it can be macro movements. On the exhale, I'm just flexing my abs and taking my pelvis forward towards my forehead. Good. And after 3 breaths, I notice I have room now to toe heel just a little wider. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to take up all that space. I'm going to lean back a little bit. Good. Lean forward a little bit. This is all about getting the juices flowing in the hips. Good. All the adductor muscles. We're going to start to palm towards the left foot. And then with your left hand, if you can grab your shin, your ankle, whatever you got. And again, this is just like finding that edge of tension. We don't want to cross over into suffering. We just want to get close to suffering. Good. And then just breathe. And just notice if you don't push yourself too far right away, if you just take a couple breaths, you can go a little deeper, maybe take that hand a little closer to the ankle, or even grab the outside of the edge of the foot if you're flexible. Just breathe. Good. We'll take 2 more deep breaths here. Good. And then we're going to go to the other side. So I'm just kind of walking. I'm taking my right hand towards my shin, or whatever feels good to grab a hold of on that right foot. And same thing, we're not going all the way, just almost all the way. Breathe in a couple deep breaths, seeing how far you can twist over towards that right foot with your spine, with everything. And then a couple breaths, then you can go a little deeper. Take 3 more breaths here. Good. And take the hands back towards the middle. And we'll walk forward and find a little split downward dog here. Walk the hands forward, feet are like that. Just keep the feet flat on the ground though, but just take your tailbone up, aim your heart towards the earth. Breathe. Good. And then we're gonna walk back towards the right foot. This time we're gonna shift, take the left foot forward, to left toe is pointing forward. Frame the foot for equestrian lunge real quick. And then we're gonna take that left foot behind us. Good. Little cat-cow here, just to recenter the spine. Work with the breath. Then when we'll come down into, put a little space between the knees, we'll come down into our fullest expression of child's pose, releasing that part of the spine. Let the forehead rest on the ground, find the most comfortable version. We're just gonna get 2 breaths in because we gotta do the same thing on the other side. Good. We'll come through puppy pose. Chin on the ground, elbows on the ground, tailbone high. And forward into our Sphinx pose. Side to side, rocking, breathing. And then we're gonna move through the flow this time. You know how it works. Fingers wide, under the shoulders, hug the elbows in, engage the core, deep inhale, exhale, push up, and right into downward facing dog. Find your cat-cow, your toes, your pedal, your heels, and we'll take that left foot to the center of the mat, and then we're gonna take the right one high behind us for a deep breath, deep inhale, look up between the hands. Exhale, place the right foot between the hands. Good, and then we're gonna flip the left heel down and then ascend into our fullest expression of Warrior 2 with the right toes pointing forward, or at least the opposite of whatever you did last time. Good. So finding your center, your right knee is pushed towards the right. You're really squeezing that left leg straight. Your spine is right over your pelvis. You can gaze over your right fingertips, sink into that right knee a little more. Good, and then we're gonna take our left hand to our left leg, squeezing, bend the right elbow. Good. Open the heart. 2 deep breaths here, really sinking into that right knee a little more. And we'll take that right fingertips towards the ground on the inside of the right knee. pushing open with the outside of the right elbow, right arm, opening into a twist here. 3 deep breaths. Good. And we'll ascend one more time back into warrior 2, full expression. Feeling the difference on this side. Studying was like an investigation, curiosity. Good, we can let go of the arms. Now we're gonna point the toes in the opposite direction. And the same thing. We're gonna go wide. Take the hands to the mat in a place that's comfortable for you. And then from here, we're gonna toe heel out, finding that edge of that place between discomfort and suffering. Good. Just touching the edge of extreme discomfort. Breathing here. After a couple breaths, maybe you can go a little deeper. Maybe you can find your cat-cow a little bit with your breath. That's really important, all these parts of our spine. Maybe shift the weight forward, back and forth a little bit. And good, this time we're gonna walk over to our, let's walk over to our left first. Grab the left shin or knee or foot, whatever feels good. And maybe if you're super flexible, you can just hug your chest into your knee. I'm not that flexible this morning, so I'm taking it very slow. Breathing. After a couple breaths though, my hand does go a little closer to my ankle. Now I'm grabbing my ankle, feels good. Watching out for pain in the joints. We don't want any knee pain, behind the knee especially. That's a warning sign that you're stretching tendons. We don't want to stretch tendons, we want to stretch muscles. Good, one more deep full breath here. Then we're gonna walk over to the right side. Grab the right shin, right knee, whatever feels good. After a couple breaths, maybe your hand goes a little deeper. Maybe your feet get a little more distance between them. Breathe. Maybe you get a little twist, you might even get a little pop there. That's extra points if you get that. Nice deep breaths here. Good. And one more deep breath. So you can go a little deeper. Good. And we'll let go of that. We'll come back to the center. Walk the hands forward a little bit. And then once again, we're going to find our downward facing dog. Kind of split modification downward dog. The important thing here is just that you're getting your cow pose on, where you're taking your heart towards the ground, pushing back a little bit, and then taking your tailbone up. We'll take 3 deep breaths here. Good, and come back towards, we'll bend the right knee, lessen the distance between your feet. You can drop that left knee on the ground, right toes pointing forward, find your equestrian lunge, releasing on this side for a deep breath. And we'll take the right leg behind us and move through our flow again by putting some distance between the knees, finding the cat-cow, releasing the spine that way. Do 2 or 3, whatever feels good. And we'll descend into our full expression of child's pose. Take 3 deep breaths here. Good. Then we'll come up, find our full expression of the puppy pose. Wag the tail a little bit. or find stillness. So we're coming there, we're getting there. Yeah, we're getting there. Just checking the time. All right, coming forward into our Sphinx pose. Little side to side rock. Yeah, this is our little flow here we're doing today. It's a little bit different. I don't know if Jose is recording, but I like this one today. I want a copy of it. I want to remember this one. You there, Jose?
Ah,
Okay, just making sure. Good, side to side. And we'll place the hands directly under the shoulders. Do one push up, straight push up, elbows hugged in. Good, finding our nice plank here. 3 deep breaths. And we'll push back, find your downward facing dog. Breathe. Open. Release. If your mind strays, come back to your body. This practice of yoga is really meant as a movement meditation. So don't tune out, stay here. Be present. And if you drift off a little bit mentally, just come back again. You can pedal. Take a little extra little moment here in our down dog because this is probably the last one of the practice. So if you didn't get those hips side to side yet, get those in real deep. See how close you can get your heels to the earth. Good. One more deep inhale. Exhale, we'll come down, hands and knees. Good. Find our cat-cow one more time. Oh, move very slowly. Good. And yeah, this time we're going to just push it back. Find our Vajrasana again. And then I want to invite you to lean over to one side so you can take your feet out in front. And let's start with our left foot. So we'll have our right foot, our right leg is going to be supporting. We're going to do some ankle rolls. So right leg in the center, and then we're going to cross over with the left. And you can see here the distance between where my left leg is resting on above my knee and where my ankle is. This way I have full range of motion. I'm going to take my fingers in between my toesies, and it's not easy to do. I really squeeze them in there deep so we can spread those metatarsal. Good, and then make nice big circles. So yeah, we gotta love our feet, love our ankles. This is what gets us around in life. Making big circles on both sides, both directions. Good. We'll come to stillness. Really just for a moment, squeeze in there. Squeeze your fingers in deep. And then squeeze your fingers with your toes too. Good. And then spread your fingers so you can spread your toes out and then pop. Pull them out. Good. And then with both hands, we're going to bend the toesies backwards. And then crunch them over forwards. Really stretching. Good. And release. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Oh man, but this side is jealous for me because I don't have enough fingers. So I'm going to go from the other side. But you guys know with your left hand now, you're going to go in your right toesies. But I want to make sure I get my right toesies stretched. So I'm going to go from the other side. The same concept. You got to really get in there. And just notice if it's more challenging on one side than the other. Take your time. See if you can get all the way in between your toes. We don't do this enough in life. Once you're in there, you can make circles. Good. And as I'm doing this, I'm just noticing the foot I just worked on feels like it's buzzing a little bit. Your feet really appreciate this, you know? Switch directions. Good. Get that full range of motion, that full entire circle. Make it a little uncomfortable, a little stretch. Then we'll come to stillness. Good. And then once again, we'll squeeze the fingers deep into the toes. So if you weren't all the way in, now you're all the way in, or as close as you can. Then squeeze the fingers with the toes. Squeeze. Now we're gonna release, we're gonna let go with the toes, but keep the fingers there and then spread them as wide as you can. Stretch your toesies apart from each other. And pop them out. Good. And same thing on this side. We're gonna bend the toes back as far as it goes. Stretch the bottom arch of the foot. And then opposite direction. We're gonna crunch them in like you're taking your toes to your heel. Good. And release. Nice. Both feet in front. Let's do this kind of windshield wiper thing here. Just releasing the feet, ankles. This is also good for your legs, your lower back, your hips. Let's do this number just a couple times, just for fun. So I'm taking my feet to the outside edge of my mat. And if you want an extra challenge, you can take your hands up like this. And we're just taking knees to the ground. One time here. One time there. Good, we'll do it 2 more times on each side. Boom. Boom. Last one. Hip mobility, this side, and that side, and release. Awesome. Good job. Now we're coming to the fun part. So we'll go ahead and grab the left knee, and then lean on back, lay down. Keep the right leg straight, hug the knee to the chest. And we're going to start off taking that left knee over to the right a little bit, but just keep both sides of the hips firmly on the ground, and just take it as close to that, let's just say to the right part of your chest. The left knee to the right part of your chest, as close as you can get. Breathe. Feel what's tension is stopping it from touching the chest, unless you're already hitting your chest. If you're hitting your chest, great. Good. Then we'll start to rock a little bit with the knee, and then just open a little more, back and forth. Really just like releasing the juices of the hips. If you're someone who spends more than an hour sitting a day, this is really good for you. Good. And then eventually we're going to open all the way. So we'll let go with the right hand, and with the left hand we'll take that knee over to the left as far as we can. Just open wide, and when you get it to as far as you can, then you're gonna move the knee up and down. Just imagine like your knee is saying yes. It's like nodding up and down, yes. So you hug it towards the armpit, and then take it as low as you can while still holding on with your left hand. Good. And then we're gonna hug it back to the center, both hands one more time. Hug it straight into the center of the heart. Then we're gonna pass that knee to the right hand. And then we're gonna take that left knee over to the right, across the body. This time you can let that left hip rise up. And the trick here is to take that left arm to the ground. Try to keep that left shoulder plugged into the ground. And we're gonna breathe. Good, whatever tension you got there, just let it go. Sometimes it can help to hold the breath. So if you want to come out of the extreme part of the stretch a little bit, take a deep inhale. Hold the breath, and then try to come back down. Just let gravity do the most of the work in the twist. And then exhale and watch yourself gain another inch or 2. Now if you want to do that a couple times, the goal here eventually is to have the left shoulder plugged into the ground and the right knee plugged into the ground. every human being can benefit from being able to do that. But a lot of my body worker friends say you don't want to force a twist. If you force a twist, you can really fuck up your back. So you want to mostly let gravity do the work here. Just a little push, just tiny push. And with deep breaths, that's how you're gonna get a meaningful stretch. That's just like with any stretching. Otherwise, what you're gonna get is an injury. Good, on an inhale, we'll hug that left knee back to the center one more time. Maybe a little side to side rock. And then we're gonna trade places. Well, first let's bring that right knee up to, we can hug both knees. That way, yeah, you can lift the tailbone off the ground. Little side to side rock. Now we're gonna let go of the left knee. Left leg straight, hold on to the right knee. And once again, we're gonna take that right knee over to the left chest. Keep both hips plugged into the ground and breathe here. And just notice, you can start to bring that rocking motion in side to side. Just notice how it's different on this side. What is more open on what is more stiff? It's good to pay attention to your hips. The hips are quite neglected parts of our bodies where we store a lot of emotional energy. Good, so we're sweeping side to side with the knee. This is kind of like a frequency scan of the hips, the glutes. Just kind of learning what's going on there. And then we'll let go with the left hand, and with the right hand, we're gonna take it all the way over to the right, as far as it can go. Nice and wide and open. And then, yeah, when I take it down, I'm like my arms are long enough I can touch my foot to the ground. And then I'm hugging it up, that right knee up towards the right armpit. Doing that with my breath a couple times. Opening up, good. Then I'm hugging towards the center again. And then passing that right knee over to the left hand, opening the right arm, shoulder plugged in. I'm gonna let that right hip rise, and I'm gonna go into my full twist again. Very slowly, letting gravity do the work. Good. Just with a couple breaths, just see where it goes naturally, just with gravity. And when you feel that space, you feel where you're at with the stretch, then you can come out of the stretch a little bit. Once again, take a deep inhale, hold the breath, push a little bit with the breath held, and then exhale. See if you can drop another inch or two. For me, that's just the trick. I just do that once and my knee is on the ground. You want to do it a couple more times, you can. Just make sure you pay attention. You don't want to do it too strong. This is like real light here. This is how we get flexible in our back for long-term spine health, for amazing energy flow. Good. Breathing. Yeah, notice your muscles, your core muscles, your psoas, your rector spinae, all of your back muscles, all your breathing muscles. Good, and then we'll come back to the center. We'll hug that right knee back to the center. And we'll give our left knee, we'll bring that left knee in, hug to the center. We can do a little side to side rock. Letting the hips come off the ground. Feels really good. Do a little circle. Yeah, find kind of like a cat-cow here, upside down. And then let's take the knees with the hands. Let's take the knees far apart as far as they can go. Kind of like we did with our froggy pose today. Go a little side to side rock. Breathing deep. Oh, feels good. And we're gonna release. And then you're gonna come down into your full version of Shavasana. So this is, like they call this the corpse pose. That means it's good to put a little space between your heels, between your feet. Let your toes fall out to the side. And once again, this is all just a suggestion. If you feel more comfortable in some other position, that is totally welcome. I also, like my teachers taught me, put a little distance between my arms and my body, just enough so that your armpits can breathe. Good, and we'll start off with a few very deep conscious breaths. So we're gonna take our belly so high when we inhale, and our chest so high, completely full of air. And we'll exhale slowly. And this time we'll take the belly all the way in to really empty the lungs all the way. We'll do that 2 more times. Nice deep full breaths. Good. After you get your 3rd breath done, then you can just let go of your breath. It's a really challenging thing in some ways to just breathe without controlling your breath, and at the same time watching your breath. Watching your breath, but not controlling your breath. So just imagine that there is a witness inside of you, an observer. And just to really have that trick of yoga. The word yoga means to yoke or join together. Sometimes the best way to do that is to separate. So let's imagine a witness now. The witness has 0 control. The witness is just watching. The breath is happening the way it wants to. And just notice spontaneously some breaths are a little deeper than others. And this witness can witness multiple things. So let's split this witness in 2. Part of this witness is paying attention to your breath while not trying to control the breath. Now this other part of the witness is scanning the body. And just automatically, this laser vision, starting at the toes, it's going to go from the toes to the top of the head. You know all the parts of your body. I don't got to name them. But you can imagine that this vision from this witness is like a powerful laser. You can feel, your body can feel it, and the witness can feel it too. This vision passes over your feet as it's going up. And anywhere there's tension, the tension just melts away automatically. There's no effort there. Just by witnessing the tension, you're changing it. Vision's going up the body. Maybe it's gone all the way. It's up to the witness how fast it moves. If it gets all the way to the top of the head, then it goes back down again. Just scanning the body. The vision is like a laser. It can penetrate to the bone marrow in the middle of the bones. It sees all of the muscles. It sees what's going on everywhere in the digestion, the heartbeat, the breath, everything. And then you can take that witness all together again. Bring it all together. So this is just like weaving a tapestry. Good breathing. So you can allow that awareness to expand from the center of your heart to the outside layer of your skin. And then for 12 inches out from your skin in either direction. You can feel the earth below you and the air above you. And yeah, there's no limit to that awareness. You can feel the entire earth under you and feel all the stars above you. And we'll bring back those deep breaths again. One more time. 3 deep full breaths.
Good. We can stretch those arms above the head. Take the feet together. Do a nice big stretch like you just woke up. And if you want to hug the knees in one more time, little rock. And then we'll slowly make our way up in any way that feels good to you. Awesome. Yeah. So whatever's comfortable, nice tall seat. We're gonna take one Om together to close the class out. Wow, I went sideways a little bit here. That must have been a good yoga session. Good. Good. Deep inhale from the core of the earth. Exhale. Good. One more deep inhale. Full, complete exhale. Good. One more deep one for Om. Deep inhale. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om, peace, peace, peace. Give yourself a bow for showing up for yoga this morning. Awesome, guys. How was it? Good? Awesome. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing, incorporating some breathing practices maybe next week. So, maybe we do like half and half, more intense asana, and then a breathing practice at the end. You guys let me know. Send me a message if you got requests or whatever. Thanks, guys. Have a good one. Namaste.